Tomorrow show. 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 Oh yeah. Tomorrow show. Yeah, we're good. Yeah. You got that singer. You're gonna sing that live, right? Can you do that?
The Tomorrow Show.
Oh shit, that's probably good.
Woo! The Tomorrow Show.
That's awesome. Hey, babies.
Yeah.
Tomorrow show. Glad to have you here. Welcome back. May 15th, 2022.
We're halfway through the month of May already. That's crazy. It's almost
He said
June.
it. He said it. Hello, everybody. Twitch channel. How you doing? Get on in here. Come on. Come on in. Got a new couch. You like the new couch? This is Mike V and AC. Where's Erin D, right? Where's Erin D?
She's she's out doing good things. She's
Out doing good things.
She's out fighting evil.
Earning that daily bread. She got scheduled to work. She'll be joining us at some point. So you'll hear Minnie bark when she arrives. And until then, you got me, my bestie, AC, Mike V and AC, Tomorrow Show. May 15th, 2022, halfway through. It is May. It is Mental Health Awareness Month. It is something that bolsters the conversation. So, take the opportunities this month to start those conversations, especially with people that are close to you, people that you love. The Tomorrow Show is all about that. The Tomorrow Show is like the Today Show. Tomorrow Show is like the Tonight Show. Tomorrow Show is like Sunday morning. It's easy, like a Sunday morning.
It's easy like Sunday morning.
Yeah, Commodores, Lionel Richie. But most importantly, aside from entertainment, we want you all to feel part of a community. We want you to be a part of the Hope for Us network and the mission, spreading proactive prevention for our mental health. Let's create the largest network we can and celebrate art, music, and self-expression, and all the things that get us through to tomorrow. And today is special because tomorrow, Stream of Hope Cup. The Stream of Hope Cup begins. The Stream of Hope Cup. The Stream of Hope
You
Cup.
should write it like a jingle, like a Stream of Hope jingle.
I mean,
Why didn't we think of that?
Ethereum Beats. Well, check it out. So we have today's a special show. We have next week we're going to do another special show, and then we'll be off for Memorial Day weekend.
Yep.
But it'll bookend this experience, the Stream of Hope Cup, which is going to be a week-long activation. We're going to talk more about that, but that's bringing this conversation to this community, honoring gaming and streaming on Twitch as a form of self-expression that helps get you to tomorrow and helps foster hope in community, especially the people with the right ideas out in that gaming space, like our guest today, Dex Howell, who's going to be joining us later in the show to talk about why streaming is cool and why it's important to him and why it's fulfilling and how that impact can be a little bit more than just entertainment, just like these shows and programming are designed on the network. So that's pretty cool. What's your favorite video game of all time, AC? Arcade, console game, whatever, computer game, phone game. What's your favorite game?
I mean, you're gonna have to go like old school Skate or Die.
Ooh, Skate or Die, like Game Boy Skate or Die or
No,
NES?
like Nintendo.
Yeah, nice.
And some of you might remember this. This is old school. I don't care what anyone says. It's one of the best skate games ever. It's called 720.
Yeah, dude.
And it's the arcade skateboard
720.
game where you've got to go to different like courses in the skate park, like the slalom, or the ramp, or whatever. And if you don't make it to, one of those courses in a certain amount of time, like the weird like shadow ghost or whatever,
Shadow Ghost
chases you down. But that
I remember that shit, man. I had 720. Blowing that game, you get that shit going.
Those two games were the best games of all time. And then, of course, Tony Hawk.
Skater. I maybe got F's on my midterms my first semester in college because of Tony Hawk.
Oh, yeah.
Pro Skater. But I can't blame the game. I have to take responsibility that it was a little on me too. But that game on PlayStation, the original, man, I would be skipping class because I was so locked in.
Oh, yeah.
I don't recommend that necessarily.
And it was dope because the soundtrack was good too. It opened you up to so much music.
The soundtrack.
That was the first time I had ever heard Goldfinger.
And
like
you have Motorhead.
Motorhead was in there.
You got Primus.
You had Primus.
Rancid, maybe?
I don't know if Rancid was on there.
Maybe Goldfinger is what I'm just remembering.
Yeah, probably just Goldfinger. I don't think Rancid was on there. But that was dope, which made you listen to other kinds of music. And it was just,
Yeah, I know. That shit was awesome. Man, you brought up NES, though, and you brought up two skating games. So this is a deep cut, but I had this game, and everybody I ask about this game on Nintendo, nobody remembers it.
Try me.
TNC Surf Design.
TNC Surf Design. So it had the weird background.
Yeah.
You could be like the monkey.
It was like a side scroll,
yeah.
Or you had this weird mask.
Yeah,
the
weird,
other guy.
like Kahuna, like mask.
Yeah.
And like the way that it jumped was weird. You could jump over cracks. I remember
you could
that
jump
game.
off your board. Yeah, let the board go under.
Yeah, I remember that game.
The board goes under. You hop over. Oh.
Shout out to old school games.
This is a good game.
That was a good game.
I like that game.
That was it. That's a deep cut.
Yes, dude.
That is a deep cut.
The color scheme and everything. 87, baby.
That was it, man.
There was surfing. You had the cat and the gorilla for the surfing game, and then you had this dude, the mohawk, kind of like pro wrestler makeup. Oh man, that is classic right there. Holy moly. TNC Surf Designs. I gotta just give a mad shout out to Scott. Scott be working so hard behind the scenes and just pulling shit up like that. Like a cat about to surf, It's just
Here's another thing that some of y'all will never understand. I used to go rent that game from the local video store up the street from our crib.
What was your video store?
It was like I think
Family
it was
Video,
called,
Blockbuster.
I think it was called Video One. It was
One.
like the local.
Like Player One.
It's definitely not, dude.
Ready Player
way gone. You would go there and you pay your $3 or $5 or $7 and you'd have the game for 3 days or 5 days.
Exactly. Yeah.
Whatever.
My first job was a minimum wage job at Hollywood Video. What's up, Hollywood Video? Not there anymore. It's a vitamin shop now. Go figure. The antithesis of a video game, movie rental store, vitamin shop, supplements.
I think that's when everything was so much. I'm gonna say it. Like back then, I feel like it was better. Because if you wanted something, you had to like actually go out and get it. And now everything is just so at your ready, or whenever you want. Your TV, your phone, your laptop, your iPad.
It's true. It's true.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's very instantaneous. Is where you had to go get that TNC surf design to go take home and play. So that's an extra couple minutes in the whole endeavor. Minecraft, I've seen some wild shit on Minecraft. It's like creating a whole world. You create your own little characters and stuff like that. Pretty awesome. What's up, Gandhi? You got a favorite game? You remember Bubsy on Sega Genesis?
I don't think
Did you play Genesis? Oh man, it was like pretty much Sonic the Hedgehog with a different cat character, and instead of rings, you're collecting yarn balls. That's right, yarn balls, because cats love yarn balls, right?
Yep. I did do Mortal Kombat.
Oh man, Mortal Kombat
1 and 2.
Money. That was a great game.
And like you would like learn the finishing moves, so you could like, you know, when you're done beating them, you could like grab their
fatality,
head, reach their head out, and their spine comes out of their body, and they just fall over.
Classic fatality.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, man. And I think gaming has been just such a wonderful escape for so many people over the years, that it's been part of like the zeitgeist, part of the popular culture. Because whether you are a gamer yourself or not, there's no denying that gaming is permeated every corner of society. And that's Bubsy right there. Yeah. Oh man, look at that. Look at those yarn balls, just snatching them up. You could kind of float your way down when you're jumping, which was kind of fun. What a classic. I was a Genesis console guy, and I had NES, but that was like pretty much it. People had 64 and Super Nintendo and stuff like that in my friend groups, but I liked Aladdin, The Lion King on Sega Genesis, and of course Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic Spinball. Because gaming, whether it was back then on console or it's now you're streaming on Twitch, just allowed me like to get out of my head once in a while. It gave me something to focus on other than my problems, and it made me happy. It made me laugh, or sometimes it made me frustrated. Don't get me wrong, games can be annoying like that, but for the most part, it's a good type of escapism that I've always enjoyed a lot. Crash Bandicoot on PS1, Pokemon Fire Red on Game Boy Advance. I had a Game Boy. I had the basic early Game Boy. Did you have one of those?
No.
I saw kids with the Sega Game Gear and stuff, and I was like, damn, that thing's got color graphics, portable like handheld thing. And now we got the Nintendo Switch, which is like kind of that.
Yeah.
But it's also hooks up to our TV. Because my partner Erin, if you haven't seen on our segment, Gamers Paradise, got a really wicked Hope Island on Animal Crossing if you wanted to go visit their island. Or what else? Our Zelda adventures. Plus, I love all the emulators of the old games. I get to play Burger Time or like just Tetris. Like if I'm feeling like just something to like exercise the mind, something enjoyable like that. Were you ever a Tetris dude?
Yeah, I crushed Tetris.
You crushed Tetris.
It wasn't even a thing.
Do you? There's these places in Chicago called Emporium, arcade bars, and they're really fun. They're like old school arcades, but there's bars in them if you drink and stuff, and they sometimes have like bands at some of the locations or special events like markets or whatever. A little something for everybody. One of the locations has a bunch of table games, which is cool, but they also have a lot of tabletop old school arcade games where like the screen is facing up to the ceiling and you sit at that shit, like the old Pac-Man machines.
Yeah.
Or even further back to like the original Pong and stuff like that. So tons of pinball, right?
Yeah.
Skee ball, the works. But the original location in the Wicker Park neighborhood, man, I would just get stuck on that Burger Time I'll just be over there pumping tokens into the Burger Time because I just wanted to beat that game so bad. You got little sausages chasing you. You got pepper you're throwing at them, and it's just like pretty much Donkey Kong, but different characters running around on just like a single fixed screen. Pretty basic, but I like that.
Which is funny, you said Emporium and then video games. Video games is that's my trick on how I memorize songs.
What?
That I have to perform.
Video games is?
So, like, if like one of my bands if we're writing a new record, and I'm trying to like remember the parts of the song, or if I wrote lyrics, I'm trying to remember it. I'll put the track on, and I'll just play video games and listen to it over and over again, and that helps.
Get it in there.
Just remember.
Well, hello.
Hi.
Hello there, Erin D.
Erin D.
What's going on? Yeah, it's a good way to like kind of. It's like setting it down in your brain, like extra deep. Yeah. Just repetition like that. Today on the show, we're going to talk about the Stream of Hope Cup. That's going to be on Twitch all week. We want to take that opportunity in this week-long activation to spread as much hope as we can in this ever-growing network here on Twitch. Stream for Hope Cup. Very pumped about it. So I'm going to tell you what to expect and how to get involved. And we're going to have the always incredible Dex Howell joining us to chat a little later in the show. So first, we wanted to kind of let you know about some of the things that are happening with the network this May. So we will get to the Stream for Hope Cup information. There's some cool graphics on Instagram and everything that we'll be pulling up. But first of all, I wanted to talk about Tuesday, Hope Lounge, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Central. There's going to be a Stream for Hope Cup participant, Just Julia, joining in, and then the band Guardrail. Sorry, not Guardwhale. That would be a cool name too, but Guardrail. Excellent band from here in Chicago. So you can tune in on Twitch at the Hope for Us Network on Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, just 2 days from now, to experience just some firsthand Stream for Hope Cup gaming. Thank you. Shout out Just Julia _94. Give them a follow, give them a like. But also some excellent musical performances and shenanigans abound. Might even have Kate Smith involved. So for if you didn't know, May is Mental Health Awareness Month. There's this really great slide through on our Instagram. There you go. And so May is Mental Health Month. What that means to me is that like you have this extra opportunity where people are more willing to discuss it. So I'm going to read from the card since it's kind of small on screen maybe for you, and just make this successful. Here at the network, our vision is to create transformational change in mental health care through proactive prevention practices. That's the key. To achieve effective mental health care and suicide prevention. Okay. And then when you swipe, it's this really lovely graphic. Shout out Christina Bravo, just making shit look awesome.
Yep, she's dope.
Hell yeah.
Hello.
We must become proactive on mental health care. That's boiling it down to the simplest bits. That's it. We must become proactive. So becoming proactive, that's the conversation that needs to be ongoing, so that we can constantly learn. There's lots to learn. So if you swipe one more time, you get just kind of like a call to action. Follow along with us this month and beyond as we highlight what proactive prevention looks like and how we plan to make our vision a transformational change of reality. You all can be a part of that. So this is a serious call to action to you to spread the word to your family, to your friends, to your community, so we can make that network even bigger. And along with the activations, celebrating self-expression is this amazing one-woman show called One Woman Hamlet. One Woman Hamlet, shout out Kate Smith. Shakespeareing the stigma surrounding mental health has been just blowing up libraries on their Illinois tour, thanks to an excellent grant. So it's just been really cool to see Kate and Ben from the network and the other people involved in this endeavor do such a cool thing. When you see these puppets, you'll know a little bit more what I'm talking about. But if you swipe 2 over, they were free tickets. In the spirit of the library, this grant, just so cool. A grant from the Arts Midwest Gig Fund, generous donors from the Donor Box campaign, and the venue partners made these tickets free. So at all of these performances, they were family friendly. Is what's really important. Is for everybody. And if you kind of swipe one more, you got this content advisory, and I think this gives you a really good idea of just how this show is set up. Suggested for audiences of ages 13 and above. While this performance has funny and playful moments, it also talks honestly and openly about suicide, loss, and trauma. Content could be potentially triggering. We recognize, however, that suicide is something all ages experience, so all ages are welcome, if comfortable. You are welcome to step away at any time if uncomfortable and needing space. Free mental health resources will be available at all performances from the Hope for Us network. This experience is designed to find what feels good to you, and we believe that it's okay not to be okay. Please reach out with any questions. It's really great what Kate has done, interacting with Carl, myself, Ben, even before the network popped up, when we first engaged with Kate Smith while working for Hope for the Day. So it was just really cool to see that Kate has brought these puppets to give such a difficult message, to start a conversation that feels difficult. And I just want to show a picture of Ben, the COO, with the puppet. Yeah, there's one of the puppets, and Ben looking handsome as ever. I'm not sure how much Ben was involved in this performance, but the more I'm paying attention, the more it seems he had more participation than I originally thought. So yeah, that's tight. And congratulations to all involved. You all got written up by BroadwayWorld.com. BroadwayWorld.com. That's pretty cool. I mean, just the fact that people are talking about this show means people are talking about this very important message that it brings, Shakespeareing the stigma of mental health. So taking Shakespeare is something that's like super like classy, and then like making it fun and accessible to any age, and then also making it powerful by talking about things that need to be discussed. I just want to like just say how much that means to all of us here at the network. And Kate Smith and company, keep doing what you're doing. I want to show this TikTok clip from One Woman Hamlet's Instagram and TikTok, obviously. But it just made me smile this morning, and I think it will make you all smile too, and give you a little bit of flavor what this beautiful show has in store. Yeah. Yeah, look at these puppets, dude. So, you know, the aspiration to like incorporate elements of like Sesame Street and like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood is super cool, because I think Mr. Rogers and Sesame Street have always like kind of done a good job of talking about the stuff that needs to be talked about with kids and stuff. The earlier the better. I wish someone would talk to me earlier. Wish there would have been some sort of artist out there like Kate, aside from Fred Rogers doing it so well. I think it would have saved us all a little bit of time, right?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen this, man, but Carl's show dropped last week. Did you see it?
Yeah, I watched it a little bit.
Raising the Visibility, season 1, episode 1 came out. the way that this connects is that Kate and the puppets made a special appearance as well. But we're going to show 2 clips real fast, and then we're going to get on with the show, but and introduce our guest. But right now, I first just want to give a mad shout out to Carl Evans. The show was great. The panelists that were involved in this body image issue. This episode was fantastic, and so many perspectives represented. Thank you all for joining, and please do take some time in the future days to go back and watch that in full. But we're just going to give you a little taste of the beginning of Carl's intro, welcoming and kind of setting up the show and the season ahead. And then we're going to show the network buddies, the puppets that made a special appearance. So check that out right now. Carl Evans, Raising the Visibility. We're very proud of you and can't wait to see the rest of the season.
My name is Carl Evans. I am the CEO and founder of the Hope for Us Network. And tonight marks the kickoff of season 1 of our TV, dedicated to talking about intersections within mental health care, obstacles, and exploring solutions with experts, lived experience, members, clinicians, and people who have been advocating for mental health and mental health care for a good long time. Tonight is a special day because aside from it being just episode 1, we're early on in May. Mental Health Awareness Month is kind of the general understanding around the nation and elsewhere. And this is always a time where we should always be talking about mental health around the clock, 24/7, 52 weeks a year. But having these special awareness months is at least a good opportunity to really amplify and beef up information and get the word out to communities. So Raising the Visibility launching in May is a pretty good and timely strategic opportunity on our side. I'm so pleased to bring this content to all of you who've been part of the Hope for Us Network and the content that we've been putting out for the past couple of months. Or if you're brand new and this is your first time engaging with us, welcome. One of our missions here at the organization when using live streaming is to approach this massive topic of mental health in small, manageable bites and have conversations that don't just rely on living through the statistics or definitions and just giving one answer of call a lifeline or things like that. One of the goals in using live stream is to have a realistic, ongoing conversation about mental health and try to engage this discussion at the different intersections in our social and cultural backgrounds. Because trying to reduce rates of harm, trying to impact communities, one big billboard, one fancy commercial, one sort of power slogan platitude isn't going to get the job done. The real goal is to create a sense of understanding and learning that we embed and take to heart, tools and resources that we can practice day to day. And so tonight, and with the upcoming episodes of Raising the Visibility, we're going to have a pretty simple format. We're going to be doing a little bit of introduction to each topic. We're going to be speaking with experts, and we're going to be having a pretty wide-ranging panel of individuals who come from different sorts of elements connected to the topic.
Indeed. Yes, indeed. That's Carl kind of lining it up for what to expect. And it's just awesome to listen to him speak. As someone who feels like indebted to Carl Evans, as he was a mentor of mine and helped me to kind of understand a better way forward in my own life. So 2014, when I got out of the hospital and received a diagnosis, I live with bipolar disorder. And I haven't been back in the hospital or had any significant manic episodes. Okay, what was it, 8 years now? So a lot of that's been in part to Carl giving me some tools and some vocabulary. And I think I've been able to pass that on to a lot of people as a way of kind of just showing my appreciation for that value and that information and that attitude that kind of reshaped. It's helped me a lot I still have really difficult days, and I really still struggle from time to time. But I have less shame about it, and I'm able to talk about it with people that love me on either side of me, and I'm able to try to use all this self-expression as the magic, the way to release some of that bad stuff and trying to get back to feeling okay. And I know that streaming is a way to do that for a lot of people out there. So I want to thank all the Howl Heim clan joining in, getting pumped up for Dex Howell to be joining us. We'll talk more about what that means from the man himself. But first, just want to spend a little time with Kate's puppets for a second, relating to what I was talking about, the shame that we all might experience from time to time, feeling like we can't talk about this real important stuff that everybody goes through. So, Scott, if you want to cue up that little cameo from this past week's Raising the Visibility, episode 1, season 1. You're going to meet the network buddies here in a second, and then we're going to get on with the show. So let's check it out.
Just transition to a little bit of a production made by some friends of the network.
Hey, Jester, what does stigmas mean?
You've never heard of stigmas?
Nope.
You ever feel like you can't talk about how you're feeling?
Yeah, sometimes I don't feel good, but I don't want to say something because I feel silly.
You're not alone, Blooper. Many people feel like they're supposed to hide their feelings. Some can feel silly, even ashamed. It's like their own fault for feeling bad.
When I feel down, I don't want to talk because everyone around me seems fine. I don't want to bring them down.
Things that make us feel bad to talk about our mental health are stigmas.
Oh, I get it, but who made stigmas, Jester? Like, where do they come from?
Stigmas try to control how we express ourselves. And when it comes to mental health, stigmas are false beliefs about how mental health works.
But Jester, who makes stigmas? When did I catch them?
Stigmas don't come from one person or place. We all have inherited stigmas through social and cultural factors.
Social and cultural factors?
We all get stigmas by false beliefs about mental health being repeated by friends, family, and in pop culture like TV.
How do I stop from catching stigmas, Jester?
It's not someone's fault for being influenced by stigmas, but we resist stigmas by understanding that our mental health is a natural part of life. And having a mental health challenge is just the same way in any other part of our body is unwell.
You mean like if I catch a cold or get hurt falling off my bike?
Exactly. There are many things we can do to take care of ourselves. And there are professionals who can help us with mental health challenges. In fact, the Hope First Network's mission is to help folks like you and I learn the early signs of mental health challenges, and so we can do something about it before it leads to harm or complications in our lives.
Early signs?
Remember, Blooper, how stigmas make us silent?
Yep.
It's common for people to hide their mental health challenges until it feels like it's too much and they reach a point of crisis.
Well, if so many of us are impacted by stigmas, that makes us hide our mental health. It's almost like there's a culture of concealment.
Yes, Blooper. You could say when it comes to mental health, we all live in concealment culture.
So, the network wants to help people address their mental health before they get to the crisis?
Exactly, Blooper. Proactive prevention is all about disrupting mental health challenges from escalating.
Oh, awesome! How can I join?
You can become proactive by connecting with the Hope First Network.
I really want to make a difference.
Together we can. Come on, I'll help you.
Pretty awesome, right? Paul, hey. Yeah, I misspoke, but they do connect very beautifully. Kate Smith is responsible for the puppets like Polonius and such, and one woman, Hamlet. And these particular puppets, the network buddies, happen to be the product of a talented man named Paul Hay. So thank you, Paul Hay, for that. What do you think of that?
It's pretty cool.
That's pretty awesome, right?
It was nice.
I feel like you can show that to people of all ages and they get something out of it. Because even like a person that's older, be listening and be like intrigued, and it's compelling. And so, network buddies. I love it. So that's exciting as hell, because I just love seeing the new creations that are kind of coming to the network and getting out there. So yeah, I bet that was a blast. So I want to kind of introduce you to Dex here a little bit before we bring him on. I think that his Twitch channel, the trailer on there, is just really well done, and it deserves to be seen by all of you, even if many of you are already Howlheim clan, part of his family. So if we could just let's roll Dex's trailer so you could kind of get that introduction real quick, and then we're gonna bring him on.
How's it going, guys? I'm Dex, a variety streamer with a focus on racing games. I'm also an agent of impact and an advocate for mental health awareness. I stream because it's fun for me. It's an escape, and even more so, I get to make people laugh in the process of just doing something that I enjoy. My community is like a family to me, and I hope that you'll become a part of it. My streams start at 7 p.m. Eastern, and here's what you can expect to see. Oh my god, what? Wow. Yo, I just did a Mick twist. Wow. I'm so
You shot him in the ass.
Oh my god. I have it muted.
I don't know.
Oh, that's a train. Oh shit.
Hey, good job. We kind of made it around a turn. Here's another one, guys. It's a right-hander. Slow it down again. Left one.
Guys, I appreciate you all so much. We finally got to our goal. Oh my fucking god, bro.
I want to play that one.
He is a joy. He just, oh man, we're gonna peek at his TikTok in a second, but I think we should have him on here for some reactions on that.
That's great. I've seen that trailer 1,000 times and it never doesn't make me laugh. Like, that's fantastic.
It's so fun, man. I love your celebrations. Hi, Dex. How are you?
I'm doing good, Mike. How are you?
I'm good. This is my partner, Erin.
Hey.
How are you, Erin? Nice to meet you.
This is my best friend, AC.
Nice to meet you as well, AC.
Shot him in the ass.
Yeah, that was my friend Geet that decided to point that out.
Giant.
Oh, it's so funny.
I'm gonna start watching it now just so I can hopefully hear somebody get shot in the ass. That was hilarious.
That's so good. That's so good. Yeah, and that team racing game is what you were hyped
Yeah,
on?
that looks hella fun.
Which game is that? Where you were communicating with the other drivers and you guys are like going through the course together?
Oh, that's Forza Horizon 4 is what that was. There's a new one out that just came out on like about November, Forza Horizon 5, so it's the next generation.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Oh man, I bet you're hyped to preview that. A little sneak peeks and stuff. Are you already doing that?
No, definitely. No, so it came out last November, not coming out this. Yeah, it came out last November.
Got it.
It's been a lot of fun so far.
That's cool. And just for these two, there's this other excellent game that if you visit his TikTok, a bunch of clips from Rocket League. Which, how dope would it be to like have a game like that in real life? It would be dangerous as hell. Don't get me wrong. Driving around cars, trying to like knock a giant ass ball into a goal. Because you'll see it a little bit more what I'm talking about in a second. But yeah, man. Have you ever like imagined like when you're playing it, you're like, this would be really, really wild?
I have actually imagined it 1,000 times. It's so great. But awesome, no, you're right. You'd need definitely a lot of reinforcement on those cars.
For sure. A little customizing, little lift kit, all that. Oh man. You've done like so many cool things to raise this conversation with your community you've developed. All of your followers seem to really respect your house rules. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, can you actually, for a second, I've referenced the Howlheim clan a couple times. Can you speak on that for a second? Because I really think it's cool.
Okay. So Howlheim for me is just, well, okay. So I'll tell you kind of what it kind of came from. So Howl just comes from the fact that I like wolves. I think wolves are pretty cool. I want to get at some point or another a husky. I just live in Florida, so it's too hot of an environment for them. So I don't want to do that to the dog. But at some point when I move away from here, I'll get one for sure. Because they're beautiful animals, I think. But Heim is basically like I want to say Slavic word for home. And so together those things are like, for me, it represents a house of wolves, or in a way, when you are looking at a wolf pack, right? When you're looking at a wolf pack, you can potentially find a lone wolf. A lone wolf themselves, they can choose to join a pack that they don't necessarily belong to. They have no formal bloodline relation to. And in that sense, the community that I've tried to build and the core belief behind the community is about picking your family. You may not necessarily, in a lot of ways, there's some people that you're born into a family that you can't control. You may have experienced issues and things like that came from your family. You may have experienced traumas and things like that may have let you or led you away from them to better yourself. But in that same sense, as a lone wolf, you can join another group that may have similar values or similar beliefs to you, or whatever it may be. You can find a community of your own. You can find your own home in that space. That's the space that I'm trying to create, and I want to try to grow that as much as possible, while also, of course, raising the visibility in that same sense of mental health issues and the things that affect people on a daily basis. So it's all about like just understanding that you as an individual don't have to go through life by yourself. Even if the people that were closest to you may not have appreciated you as a person, there are people that exist that will.
Damn, man.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
I'm kind of speechless. Go ahead.
Right. I have a few friends who can really, really relate to that, and we've created what we call a friend family. So that's what we go on family vacations, and I think that has become more common in a way, because people realize that, family isn't always everything, in the sense that, like blood relation family isn't always everything if that's not what's healthy for you. So, or safe. So I think that it's a beautiful thing to, surround yourself with other loved ones and make that your family.
Yeah, yes, indeed. Like this guy.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. I think everybody should know kind of like just that vibe that you bring to that gaming space, that you bring to Twitch, and like it's so fun to watch you interact too with your chat. And I've seen you even have to lay it down every once in a while. I'll be like, well, no, that's not cool in my wolf pack. Either get right or get moving, like, and you use such a strong voice in your community too, that like I feel like people are like, oh shit, I crossed the line, I goofed up, and I'm gonna try and do better, or they do kind of go find something else to do because they're just trying to yuck someone's yum. Right. So do you feel a lot of gratitude for this opportunity to engage with so many people. Like, do you have people reaching out, expressing their gratitude for the space you create?
So in a lot of ways, yeah, I think that I do. And the crazy part about it is that like I have people that reach out to me all the time, or that will come by for just one stream. Like they will come by for one stream and don't say anything else to me from that point forward. And it's always just this kind of the same kind of general idea of, oh, I saw this clip that you did and it really helped me, or I started counseling because of a clip that I saw from you, or I started this because of something that you did. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I didn't do anything like that. It's not something that like, oh, okay. So I can say this in 2019, when I actually first connected with like Hope for the Day, when everything kind of started for me in the mental health space, it was something that I wanted to talk about, but it wasn't like going to be the main focus. And the main focus was always around the games and kind of having fun and not trying to bring people down, of course, obviously, but also, again, making sure that we're able to have those conversations in a space where we weren't going to be judged by others, or where like you don't feel silenced by stigma. And I think that something that the reason I mention these things is because when someone reaches out to me and they say that, hey, you helped me, I'm just kind of confused in a way, in that like it's not, I guess maybe the things that I say are just, they seem like they really come kind of naturally to me, I guess, in that sense. And it kind of blows my mind when I see that like somebody's saying that whatever I said, and like most of the time I don't usually remember, it's just the thing that happens, and they're just like, you helped me so much. And I'm just kind of like, I'm glad that I helped you, but I don't know what I did, right? Like it's just one of those feelings. I don't know if that makes sense.
I think that means you're naturally gifted for it and meant to be doing it. Yeah.
That's kind of how I felt when I first interacted with you, because you were the winner of just like so many accolades within your community, and you streamed and would have these moments captured. Like your team would clip out some really good stuff. Like if you just go to this man's Instagram and you see some of the things that got clipped out by the amazing group of people that he has working with him, and capturing these moments, it's really special. And you've kind of been willing to continue talking with me and Carl and Ben, and keep doing so much cool stuff for the gaming community. I just want to say thanks, man. Thanks for being involved in the stream for Hope Cup, and I think this would be a great opportunity for us to kind of talk about what that is and like how people can get involved. So, hey, Scott, can you pull up the graphic from the Instagram for the stream of Hope Cup? Because I think it's just so great and cool. And I love looking at the work that Christina's done. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to read from that card. Y'all, the stream for Hope Cup is a week-long experience calling upon willing content makers to use their streaming platform to raise funds for the Hope for Us Network's proactive prevention programs. When? May 16th through the 22nd. So it starts tomorrow. Woo! Where? On Twitch. And you can sign up and get more info at hopeforusnetwork.org/stream-4-hope-cup. So that is on our IG if you wanted to link through for that. You can sign up, you can participate. It's going to be really special because you can do it your own way. That's the most important part, is just like Dex has done, there's like your voice and your opportunity to kind of break the silence, to let people feel like they're not alone in your own special way, in your own authentic voice, like Dex has demonstrated in his community. So that's pretty cool. And can you show that little animated graphic of the countdown, because it makes me so happy, because I know that it's just reminiscent of the games that I played growing up. Oh yeah, a little 8-bit,
Yeah.
8-bit. Thank you very much, Scott. Dex, did you play games at a very young age?
Absolutely. Yeah. No, I was laughing when you guys were talking about like Nintendo 64 and everything else. I definitely played the N64. Like I never had an NES or Super Nintendo myself, but my cousins did other things. Like, so I got to play some of those older retro games that, well, what you would call now retro, but so like definitely I've played like the tabletop, like where the screens flat here and you have to look down at it the whole time. So I did, like, I was right there with you on that one for sure. I think that was probably, like, for me, that was definitely Mario, and I think Pac-Man or Mrs. Pac-Man actually too. Like, that was always like
Pac-Man.
One of those things for sure. Going back, like, and looking at the games that you played, like 8-bit, going from that to what we have now is insane. Absolutely.
Can you imagine the tech neck we would have if we had kept them tabletop games?
Tech neck.
Yeah. That would be bad. Definitely.
Dex, did you ever play Contra?
No, I did not play Contra.
My damn, dude.
I was about to see if you remember the special code.
You want to test me?
I remember it.
You want to test me, man?
I'll test you.
Is it up, down, left, right, BA, select, start?
No,
that's the Konami code.
Start.
Well,
yeah.
That's the Konami code. Yeah, I saw it for more than one game, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
For more than one game?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. How did I not know that when I was younger, man? I was like, give me all the Konami games. I got all the lives.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
maybe it would still work on our Nintendo Switch, like
on the emulators.
On the emulators.
Maybe. Contra was just a side-scrolling game. It was fun as hell. You're probably aware of it, but
I've heard of Contra. I never played it.
Yeah, man. It's like the predecessor, the proto version of those first-person shooter games, pretty much. Like, some of the ones that you stream. What's that? What is that one? Apex
Legends.
Apex Legends. I watched a couple clips of you playing that game.
Yeah.
And there's another one that starts with a V.
Valorant.
Yeah, man. The graphics are
just
bonkers, man.
Absolutely insane. Yeah. I recently just upgraded my setup. So I got I went from 1080 by 2560, which is ultra wide, to 1440p at 144 hertz, or actually 165 hertz. Sorry. So it's so much better than what it used to be, and it's awesome to see it on a different screen.
That looks fun.
It's like the high def.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
I got another question for you.
Okay.
Have you ever seen Ride Along 2?
Wait, the movie Ride Along 2?
Yeah.
Kevin Hart and Ice Cube?
Yeah.
Right? Okay. I don't think I saw the second one. I think I saw the first one. He's like, you're talking about the part where he's running around looking for ammo on the ground.
Is that where he like thinks like he's like pretending he's in the video game?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just wondering if you ever like did that in real life. You're like driving around the hood and just like you go from like real life to like video game mode while you're driving. Like, hit this like 1,300 points. Boom.
Yeah.
Right. That's funny.
He's a very safe and law-abiding driver.
Absolutely.
I'm
Definitely.
just saying, like,
some people go full GTA, but that's only in Miami. That's not here.
Well, I had to ask,
Yeah.
You said you're in Florida. Where in Florida?
Orlando.
Okay, cool. Yeah, man. I've had some really like special experiences like on the Gulf side. You ever been to the Salvador Dali Museum in St. Peter's? St. Pete's Beach? Down that way, down towards like Clearwater. It was probably one of the coolest museums I've ever been to in my whole life, like as far as art museums go. But I'm also kind of a Salvador Dali nut. So kind of a sidestep, but I was just like, man, he's in Florida. That Salvador Dali Museum is amazing. And I guess I just felt the need to throw it in there. Graphics, painting, it's all connected.
Yeah.
I'll have to check it out at some point.
Yeah, drive a fast car down there, right?
Right.
That green screen you got behind you, that's like part of your setup, right, for what you do. And for people that maybe don't stream, like, was that like a game changer when you got a green screen?
Yeah, I think so. So I can tell you that, like, originally I was hiding my background at one point just because my room's a mess all the time. It just is. That's the truth. but I was hiding it originally with software that I had, and it was like adding like emotes behind me or other things. Like I'd have graphics behind me and things like that. And it just randomly, like, it would be like moments where it would just cut off different parts of myself. It wasn't necessarily exactly accurate. So I ended up just like knuckling down and buying the green screen and finally actually getting it a real thing for it. So
that's cool.
That's pretty awesome. You do some cool stuff. And I've even seen you like, you're always looking fly, but sometimes you'll go extra with like a whole outfit. Like I've seen you dress up in like costumes and stuff.
Yeah, the cosplays.
Yeah, man. You still do that once in a while?
I haven't done it in a while, no. But I took a break from streaming for a little while back in about like September-ish last year. So I'll get back into it this year, though. Definitely.
That's awesome. And some of your people have like special emotes that are like exclusive to you, correct?
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah. So you got that. You got your hype wolf.
Right. Yeah.
It's adorable, man. Did you? And you got like merch and stuff too that people can get.
Yeah.
Get that wolf like on a sticker or whatever.
Yeah, I do. I have some of those. Typically, I give those away with like this little package I send out to some of my subscribers with the stickers and like some information about prevention and like number, like a crisis number and everything else that they can use.
That's awesome.
That's so kick-ass, man. And I just want to I want to gas you up a little bit here for a second. Followers, whatever. I know it's just a number, but bro, you've got like 22,000 plus followers here on Twitch. Is that accurate?
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah, like that's gotta have you like so pumped, like, because like I don't know when. But there was like this bloom. Am I right about this? That like where you had a like a TikTok hit, and then all of a sudden you just like exponentially shot up, right?
Yeah, you're right. So this was probably toward the end of 2020. I was at about 200 followers on TikTok, and then it shot up between like maybe I want to say approximately like November of 2020 up until probably about around April or so of 21. And I went from 200 followers to 135 or 140,000. The first 60,000 were within like a week. So that was pretty nuts. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was absolutely insane. I don't know why or what happened or how, but it happened. It was crazy, and some of those carried over to Twitch.
That's really cool, man. Scott, can you get that the What a Shot playlist queued up from the TikTok, and we'll show that for a second, because I love the joy. This is like pure compressed, like concentrated joy, if you ask me. And we'll just watch the first couple on that playlist. You can go watch the whole playlist whenever you like, but it's so fun.
Yeah, see, this is what I was talking about. That's why I was using software, so you could see like it's cutting off this part.
Oh man, we don't got the sound. Hold on 1 second. We gotta hear that laughter. Oh, here it is. Here we go. Man, look at these.
What a shot! What a shot! How did I do that? Oh my god! Damn, that was insane! Look at that!
Flying around.
It's fantastic.
It's just it's a great playlist, and it like one after the other. It's just Dex hits a crazy shot and then just explodes in joy. It looks like TikTok's not as great on the computer. It probably works much better on your phone, but you get the idea here. Yeah, let's see this one. Yeah, these cars doing flips and stuff.
Bro. Okay, that was fucking insane.
It's just bouncing all over the place.
No way. No way. What a shot. Oh my god. Whoa,
So fun.
Oh my god.
That's good, Scott. That's good for now.
I don't know why it reminds me of San Francisco Rush there was San Francisco Rush, I think.
Was that one of your old school games?
Yeah, it was like you would drive around, but the cars were kind of just out of control like that. It was on N64, and you would
just flying and spinning
yeah,
in the air.
Yeah,
and,
you would go over these
jumps
and try to find secret ways to get through the course, and it would, you would just be flying, and your car would be all busted up, and it was so funny.
There's a similar remake to that now. It's called Onrush, actually. I think it's PC and PS4, pretty sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
man.
fun.
Yeah, the acrobatics of your vehicle in Rocket League is just so nice. You're just bouncing all over the damn place for sure. You'd have to have an indestructible ride to make that shit work. How'd you get into that game? You were like, this looks cool, I'm gonna do it, or was it a friend?
So that was a funny one, actually. So I had started playing that game maybe the year after it launched with a couple of friends, and then I quit. Right around 2020, toward the middle, maybe around June or so. I think someone had suggested it, which he's actually in the chat now. Too Swaggy Dasher. He's one of my moderators.
Swaggy.
So he suggested that we play the game. I think I had, I don't know what I did. I did something. There was a contest or something, and whoever won the contest was going to be able to choose the game, I'm pretty sure. I'm not absolutely positive, but I think that's about right. And basically, anyway, we started playing it, and I liked it a lot. I got back into it, and I started to see there were more people that were playing it, and they enjoyed seeing it too. So I was like, okay, this is kind of fun. So maybe we'll play this in between races or something like that. And so it kind of grew from there, and just I didn't know it was going to happen, but it took off, which is crazy. But it was really cool. It's a lot of fun. It's difficult when you first start, just trying to keep up with all the people that have been playing for 5 and 6 years. But once you get the hang of it, yeah, it's a lot of fun for sure.
And in a way, it looks like it's kind of like a hybrid of field hockey or soccer or something. And you got multiple cars on your team that you're passing around to.
Yeah, actually. So the funny thing about that, I can explain a little bit more. So first, I'll answer your second question. So it is kind of similar to field hockey in a way. So, and you do have multiple people on your team. So you can play 1-on-1, you can play 2-on-2, or you can play 3-on-3. And there's even a 4-on-4, but not a whole lot of people play that because that's absolute chaos. It's really hard to you don't have enough space on the field to do anything because there's so many cars on top of the ball at one time. But the interesting thing I was going to say is that there actually is a mode where you can play hockey. So it changes the ball into a puck instead.
Oh, cool. That's
and there's actually one that's 2v2. That's a basketball and a hoop. So you have to be able to get off the ground in order to be able to shoot it.
Slam dunking with your car, basically.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, damn! The people that made that game up must have been having so much fun. Just being like, what if we have these badass cars and we're just dunking on each other, man? And they're like, all right, program it, make it. Have you ever made a game yourself?
So yes and no. I guess I could answer that question. So I guess a second part of my life. I am a developer, so I am able to like kind of go through different things. Mostly right now, I'm working with web development, but I did like in like college and other things. I worked on a couple of different like things that kind of were games, but they were all like command line based games. They weren't actually things that you could see graphically. There's no way I could do something like that all by myself in the course of like a month. You'd have to take like so much time to do that with just one person. Absolutely.
Man, yeah, I saw that you had created that big old Minecraft experience when you were doing some mental health awareness stuff a couple years back now. And in Minecraft, you built all that, correct? Like,
so myself, actually Dasher was helping me, and a couple of more of my mods, as well as my friend Geet that I was talking about as well. We all kind of worked together on a project, and that was actually a lot of fun to do that. So one of them, Dasher came up with the idea, and then he built it all himself for the most part, and then we just kind of expounded on that idea while we were working on stuff. And he made this in Minecraft. He made like a museum for Hope for the Day, actually. So it was like he was taking excerpts from the website, and he like, you step into one room, you open the door, and then there's a lectern for you to read, and you can see the history of these things. And then there you go through the next door, and then you go through the next door, and there's like these little tidbits that were there. And I thought it was a crazy idea. I never thought of that, but that was something that he wanted to do. So he built it himself, and he even put like a trolley car into it, so you could just drive through instead. So you just see the different things as you go through each door. It was insane, actually.
Oh, that's awesome.
That is amazing. We might have to have Dasher on sometime, man, because
maybe
it sounds like a brilliant mind. So,
absolutely.
So the what a shot thing, I was looking into it because of something you said on one of your clips about it being a meme, but you didn't know it was a meme. And then it was just something you were saying while you were playing. And then I saw CEO of What a Shot on your guest card too. Could you tell me what's going on with What a Shot, man?
So, I mean, genuinely, I just like, What a Shot was something that I said in celebration of the shots that I was able to make after I had gone through that season of like, I can't hit any of these balls. Like, what am I gonna do? Like, everybody is, because like when Dasher suggested the game, because he had already been playing it along with all the other people that knew the game and started tuning in because I was playing it as well. They were all so much better than me, and I'm like, well, okay, I need to practice. So I sat down and like kind of made myself do it for a long time before I was able to actually score on a regular basis. Like, I was able to score those like high flying ones, or even like just even the simple ones. Sometimes it was difficult. So the What a Shot, like, to me, is a kind of like a celebration of the difference of where I was and where I am now. And I guess in a lot of ways, now that I think about it, which is kind of crazy, right? And that's the way that we kind of want to celebrate our mental health in that sense. In like, you are in one season now, but in the future, you are going to look back on that and you're going to say, oh, wow, I'm doing so much better than I was. And I hope that that's something that comes from what we're going to do together as a Hope for Us network and myself with the Halheim.
Yeah, man.
Awesome.
What a shot.
What a shot.
I love it, man. I love it. Yeah, that's cool. Because you'll be streaming, a bunch of other people will be streaming. And what I like about the Stream for Hope Cup is it doesn't really have parameters other than like the time frame. It's like, go do your thing and be a positive influence in your community. And I just think that's so cool. Like, and you get to really just like express your identity in full and not feel like you have to like shoehorn in certain things. It's just really about like that community and taking care of people. So are you going to be Are you gonna be streaming Rocket League this week? Are you gonna be peppering other games? What are you gonna be doing this week?
This week, I plan on doing all of it. Like for the most part, I'm going to switch between Apex, maybe some Valorant, maybe some Rocket League. I'll definitely be playing some Rocket League, and maybe some of the Forza as well. So I'll try to mix it up a little bit. But yeah, definitely, it's going to be a lot of fun, I think.
Are you gonna do another car show one of these days? Because that shit was so wild.
Like, yeah, I was actually thinking about that.
Was that in Forza?
In Forza, yep.
So basically, they got all of their custom rides like pulling up in this town square. Basically, wow, dude! Like, you can do a lot of specific things to your vehicles then in Forza? I take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you can paint everything from the hood individually one color all the way down to the brake pads or brake calipers rather.
No kidding, man.
So I'll tell you guys how I know about Forza.
How do you know about Forza?
It's
honey?
Cute. So my dad is 70 about, and when he is on a computer, he has to still like look at the mouse and like figure out where the mouse is on the screen. He's horrible at computers. And my brother gave him, I think he got a PS3 or something, or he got a PS4 maybe, and he gave my dad his old PlayStation. So it had Forza on it, and my dad bought himself a little steering wheel and gas pedal because my dad loves Formula One racing and he loves cars. So my brother was like, here, Dad, you can race. And it's almost like driving. So my dad took months off, like months to learn how to drive well on Forza. And he loves it. He loves playing his old Forza. But that's how I know about it. Like, he can barely do a freaking computer, definitely horrible at video games, but loves Forza much.
That's cool.
He probably would just freak out about a car show, and like
he would. Like, he's the kind of guy that would like want to take his time and go to each car and talk to the people and ask them about their, the choices
nerding
they made.
Out on their cars. Yeah.
He used to do trade shows too, like before he retired and stuff like that. So he'd be like metaverse trade show, and he'd be like, "Oh, I feel like he's back home on the job." So
but he'd tell me his stats. I like wouldn't even know what he's talking about. He'd be like, "Oh, I did this on this course." Like, cool, Dad, good job.
So basically, if you could dream it up, like you can kind of bring it into a reality of sorts on that gaming platform, then, huh? Like, especially the newer guy, the one that came out last year. I bet there's even like extra cool shit that you can do now.
Yeah, we'll see. I was literally, I'm not kidding. I was just thinking about like a car show for Hope for Us Network in Forza like today.
That'd be awesome.
Oh, cool, man. We must have been on the same wavelength because I was feeling that. Yeah, because it is a spectacle. And like, I encourage anybody out there that maybe hasn't heard of these games or whatever to check it out. Like, go just watch some of the stuff that Dex has on TikTok and Instagram or YouTube. And or you can, also look up other streamers and stuff like that too that play those games. Because that's a real good way, I feel like, to I don't know, like cut through some of the noise. There's a lot of games out there, there's a lot of music out there, there's a lot of TV shows out there, and it could feel like overwhelming, like I don't know what to watch or what to play or what to listen to. And sometimes a good way to do it is just like, oh, these people seem pretty into this game, I'm going to check out them playing it. And then you figure out, oh man, that's going to be so fun. I just found my new favorite game. Or the same can apply to music and stuff like that. As you're kind of trying to go through the day and find some things that get you to tomorrow, because we're dealing with a lot each and every day in the modern world, the modern times that we're all it feels like a crazy world out there with the constant barrage of news and stuff like that. do you feel gaming allows you the same escape that like maybe brought you to it in the beginning?
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's true. I think that for the most part, like gaming is something that you can do where you hopefully it can just focus on what you're doing in that moment, and you don't have to worry about like what you have to do tomorrow, what comes next, like those kind of things. Genuinely, it's just maybe even if it's only like an hour out of your day, it's something that you can maybe look forward to, like I do when I get to stream starting at 7 after work's over and everything. Like I can let go of all the stuff that I have to worry about, deadlines, whatever, all that is, like, and just focus on what I'm doing in that moment, and then you can worry about the rest of it afterwards. It's definitely something that is a way to escape, and it can be a healthy escape, but it is something that it would be irresponsible for me to tell you that it can't necessarily hurt you as well. So there are a lot of things about gaming that are helpful and can be impactful to people, in the sense of allowing you that time to breathe, as long as you don't get to the point where you are replacing your actual life with that, in that sense. And things like this was something that I actually I say this because I experienced it myself in a lot of ways, in that or from middle school, I think, or maybe even elementary. Before that, like I was playing a game called RuneScape that a lot of people might remember. It was a long time ago, and it's if you don't remember RuneScape, you would know, like, similar to World of Warcraft in a way, just a much lighthearted version. And in that sense, you're in this world where you are able to communicate with people, you can make friends, you can make enemies, you can do all the same things that you do in real life. And in a lot of ways, like when I was younger, I didn't have the ability to necessarily go out and be with my friends and things like that I had made at school. So I had focused in on this one world, and I wouldn't say, like, I can't go back and say that it was a bad thing for me, but at the same time, it wasn't allowing me to live in the present in terms of real life. So it is definitely an escape as long as you use it in the correct way.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember having to kind of, speaking of my parents, kind of explain that to them, because I had some friends who would just play WoW like all day, every day. Or I had a friend his whole family played WoW. So they'd be in the same house screaming across the house about what they were going to do. And yeah, and I just had to explain to my mom, like, oh no, my across the street neighbor, he does have friends. They're online friends, and she'd be like, but he also needs to, like, see people. His skin is turning gray from only being inside on his computer all day, but he was, he did have a lot of friends who just were online. And yeah, you have to kind of find some kind of balance there.
I think that's a really thoughtful answer you gave.
Yeah.
And it really it shows just like the authentic and like natural information that just kind of comes out of you in these settings where we're talking about mental health and we're talking about taking care of ourselves. Because yes, gaming and Netflix and even eating to a certain degree can be very supportive and positive things for combating negative feelings that can make you feel worthless or feel isolated and things like that. But if you overdo it, they can become harmful again. So gaming can become isolating from your otherwise relationships with people that care about you and want to see you and want to, like, go do other things besides gaming. So I think that's just like a really cool and thoughtful answer you gave, because it reminds people that, like, these connections you make online, they are important and they do matter, and these are your real friendships as well.
Yeah.
But it's like, you're not just going to eat this one kind of cereal the rest of your life, folks. We want to have the variety pack. We want to meet lots of people and experience lots of things. And we want to go dunk on some people without a car once in a while, And I think that's That's really cool that you have kind of like a persona for your streaming, because Dex Howell is a cool ass name. It's not your real name, is it?
No, it's part of my real name. My real name is just Dexter, but yeah.
Which is a cool ass name all on its own. But me bringing that up is that, like, for you, you wanted to create kind of like this Dex Howell persona for when you're doing this thing. Was that part of like kind of wanting to willfully have like a separation for you, like, or was that just something that like you were like, this is a cool ass name, that's what I'm gonna stream under, or was it more than that? I'm just kind of curious.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely, it's a valid question, and I think that the answer to that is actually kind of both in a way, in that sense. Definitely, at first I thought it was just a cool name. That was it, like, really. So I'll tell you, this is actually like the funny thing, and it'll probably tell you my age a little bit more, is that the name started on MySpace.
Yeah, MySpace.
Right.
Shout out to MySpace, bring it back.
Yeah.
See, nobody really remembers MySpace anymore.
No, I want MySpace back so I can have the top 8. I can have the music of my profile.
Yeah.
So people can know how I'm feeling that day.
Exactly.
Big fans.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Absolutely. I would tell you this. So the name started on MySpace, and it was mostly because I wasn't allowed to share my real name. Like I was probably like, I shouldn't have been on MySpace. I was too young at the time to be on MySpace, but I did it anyway. And I just decided to put that name up there because I thought it was cool. But that's not the point of the story. Sorry. So, but you pointed to the music on MySpace, and that was actually something I was going to mention. So that is something that I did, like, myself, like, personally. I didn't make music on MySpace, but what I did is I was I was curating music for my friends to find, and then also two, I was in a lot of ways like kind of just like developing my designing skills in terms of like code and programming.
Code.
Yeah, like, right. And so it was HTML and CSS. That was it. Like, to get the special colors or crazy backgrounds or whatever it was. I was doing that for my friends, and I would just I would write all this, test it, make sure it worked, and then send it to them, and they just copy paste. So that was something that I did on MySpace that was cool. But to answer your actual original question, sorry, I'm off track here. But
no worries.
Is that. So that name started on MySpace, and I thought it was pretty cool. So I did that. But then when I started streaming in like when I started making videos, rather, I should say, in about 2016, I just kept the name. I just kept it, and that was my gaming name for a while. That was my name everywhere. And I just started adding more accounts with the same name, and it just kind of stuck at that point.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. It's a good name, and like it's catchy, and makes me have just all sorts of positive feelings every time I see it. So what was it like when you first realized like streaming could be an avenue for this passion of yours, gaming? Like, when do you realize, do you remember like kind of being like, oh, you know what, this is a thing, I think I could do this, let me give it a shot?
Wow, that's actually a good question, and I don't think there was ever like kind of an aha moment kind of for me in that sense. I think that before I made my first YouTube video in 2016, I was already making videos that were kind of like but I wasn't posting them, of course. It was just like for school projects or other things, like just random videos that I was making that were just kind of, people were like, this is really good. I'm like, okay. Do I get an A? Like, that was it. That was all I cared about at the time. And so after a while, I just started to explore like video editing and things like that, and I just kind of worked that out on YouTube, and eventually got to the point where I was actually posting stuff. My first probably my first 2 years of videos, they sucked. They were awful. But I think I got better at it, and I got better equipment to go with it and things like that. So it was really good. It was a blessing, I think, in that sense. But for the most part, for streaming in that sense, I would say that it's not something that I kind of drove for in that regard. It'd be more so of something that just kind of happened. It just kind of fell into my lap, and then I enjoyed it so much the first time that I just kept doing it. Like the first time I streamed was probably a webcam mic. I think, honestly, I had no lights, no anything. It was just my webcam and me and the game that was in front of me. I wasn't even with the webcam, I wasn't showing my face. It was just the gameplay, nothing else. And I think that was just to share a game that I was playing with my friends, not for me to build a platform on.
Sure.
That wasn't the purpose. That wasn't the intent. And somehow that turned into what it is now. And it's a weird thing, but I think it works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Genuine.
Definitely. Yeah. It's organic. It kind of took on a life of its own. You were just doing your thing. And that's so cool that you've had success with it, man. And you've touched a lot of people's lives in a positive way. That's just super rad. Like you have like a lot of places people can find you, like all the social media platforms. You also have a Discord, right?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
You want to talk about Discord? Maybe give a little bit of layman's kind of explanation too for some viewers that don't know what Discord is. So then maybe they could get involved, because I bet your Discord community is pretty cool.
Okay. So I guess the best way I could describe Discord to people that don't know, depends on how old you are, I think, but I would say it would probably be Skype, or if you want to go to like the even older days, it would probably be IRC chat for that. So in a lot of ways, the Discord is a place where you can create a community and a space for genuinely anything you want to talk about, or anything you want to grow as a community in. You can really create a Discord for that. You can create a Discord group for that, whether it's about, if you want to talk about cars, you can literally just search a Discord group about cars and you'll probably find 1,000 of them. And then you can go into subgroups of that, where if you only want to talk about Mazdas, or you only want to talk about specifically Miatas that are lowered and have really loud pipes for no reason, you can do that. If you want to talk about only Camaros, or if you want to talk about like Gibson guitars, like if you want to talk about like literally anything, there's a space for everybody, I think, on Discord in that sense. And the only thing that you have to remember, again, this is like, I don't want to make this sound bad, because I keep saying like these good things and then there's a bad to it. But you have to make sure that you are monitoring what happens in the Discord, because there are just everything that you can use for good, you can also use for bad. So, and there are some people that don't care. So, and it's the internet, right? So you always have to be mindful of those things, and you have to make sure that you're maintaining the community, and you can build and grow in the same interest without it becoming an issue for you or the people that are in your group. You just have to watch out for spam or other links, things like that people post. So
that's why you're always shouting out all that love to your mods too, right? Because they
yeah. My mods deal with a lot.
Yeah,
my mods deal with a lot for sure.
And that's why it's important that there's people like you out in that community, because like you said, it can be used for good, it can be used for bad, and every time there's somebody like you out there just trying to push back and say, no, this is a safe space, this is my safe space, these are my house rules, that helps to kind of purify the overall mixture. You're just like adding positivity to this big ass ecosystem, and I believe that is so very worth it and so very important. So Dex rules indeed. I have to second that. There was a comment in the chat that I do want to back up to just for a second because I think it's powerful. From Kigley, it says, for some of us with super high anxiety or being on a spectrum or a number of other things, that digital space makes us feel safe and happy to interact at ease because it can be hard in the analog world. Kigley, correct, and very, very great point. And I think we can all kind of relate to that a little bit, that you can feel like a superhero in the digital space. You can feel like there's like a little bit of an opportunity for you to like self-actualize in some ways, where there can feel like there's a lot of stigmas and pressures, like when you're interacting out there in the real world, like maybe at your job, or you're having to go to something in your community, and you just kind of don't feel like you have that extra opportunity to totally like, this is me, and I'm chill in this safe space. So I just wanted to honor and acknowledge that comment, because I think that probably resonated with a lot of people.
Well, I think
tuning
that
in.
Yeah, I think that's like part of the internet too, that some older people don't understand. Like, I grew up in the age of AIM, so pretty much all of my like, yeah.
Wow.
I remember AIM.
Yeah, so like pretty much like all my friends from like middle school to high school, we would just talk in AIM like all the time. Like, you'd go home from school and you'd get on dial-up internet and you'd be on AIM, right? And everyone else knew each other's, sometimes you would talk to people on AIM that you wouldn't talk to at school, like secretly. There was just like all sorts of things like that. And I think because of that, and like LiveJournal and WordPress and like these places where people were blogging and chat rooms, for like my age people, kind of growing up when your like brain is developing and using words to talk to people so much, sometimes it's like a lot easier for me to say how I'm feeling in like a chat room with my friends than it would be if I was sitting on this couch with them. And so like sometimes Mike's a little bit older than me, and sometimes like
A couple of old heads right here.
yeah, sometimes I'll be like it'd be easier for me to like text something I'm feeling, or like I wouldn't be able to say it, but I would be able to like text it to him or something. I have a friend who has really hard discussions with their husband through texting.
Get out.
Yeah, because they just like, it's just how I think it had to do with when we were a certain age, maybe. But so I think that like for some of us, that's just like, yeah, it's just like really helpful to have another way to communicate, and
It's crazy. I never thought of
Yeah,
it.
it's a great point, and a great bit of perspective too. Because yeah, I got dial-up internet in the house when I was like in 8th grade, and it was AOL, like, getting the discs, like the 100 free hours in the mail and shit.
yeah, oh my god, the 100 free hours.
So like, I knew what a chat room was and stuff like that, but I didn't have like necessarily. I didn't have a smartphone until much later. Like
Nor
20s,
did I.
right?
Nor did I. But yeah, like.
But even like my Nokia brick phone, I didn't have texting on that.
Right.
And that was like in high school for me. And it was
Yeah.
like, I have this phone so I could call my parents and be like,
Yeah.
yeah, I know I'm late.
Yeah.
I'm safe. I'll be home soon. But yeah, I think that's pretty cool. And I think when there's someone like Dex creating this community and having this soothing, encouraging voice and mannerisms, and like,
yeah, I think it's interesting that we've kind of started to go the other direction again, where like, yeah, we were all it was all text, and now people are streaming and they're doing FaceTime, like people are live streaming. And so, you're still online, but you're interacting with face to face again. So it's like, it's interesting to see how it's all changed and morphed and grown.
But I bet you've had like some deep ass interactions with someone chatting to you during one of your live streams, and you don't know what their voice sounds like, but that doesn't mean that you didn't like totally change the trajectory of their day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
you can make a connection in a lot of ways, and I think that for the most part, like I think I understand what you were saying exactly, like in that it's so much easier to express how you're feeling and what's going on in your head when you don't have to verbalize it, when you can take the time to write it out and just go word by word, and you have that extra time to say like, oh no, I don't want to say it this way, maybe I want to say it that way instead, or something like that. But usually you don't have to, because when you're typing it out or you're writing it out in that sense, it's just the words just kind of flow directly, and it's a more like kind of a direct connection to your mind and your emotions and your heart, and you can write that down, as opposed to sometimes you may like say things that you don't necessarily mean exactly like both the same way, or potentially that it may be perceived in a wrong way. Whereas when you write it down, it may come across very differently in that regard. But definitely, I have had a lot of very deep conversation in that sense, in terms of the chat and everything. I think I was playing. I'm trying to remember the name of the game and I can't right now, but basically like this game was surrounding mental health, and it was basically a journey. The entire story of the game was a journey through different types of mental health issues, whether it be bipolar or depression or whatever it may be. There's, I think, I want to say 6 stages, and one of them was like where you feel like you're drowning, or some of them where you feel like you're out of place, or you feel like you're chained to something, or it's just a very like kind of it's a dark journey, I would say. That is the best way I can describe it. It's a dark journey to go on, but it was something that I shared with my chat, and it was hard for some people. There were some people that when I played through it the first time, I ended up playing through this game twice in the same day. I had an entire thing where I was explaining like, hey, this may be difficult, but it's something that is part of the conversation, and it would be a disservice to my entire community for me not to talk about it in an open space where we can all like discuss it and go from there. But for that whole thing, I had people that would just, they were like, I'm sorry, but I have to log off. That was really it, and it hurt me to see that. Honestly, it did, but I understood. I'm not going to blame them for that in that sense. They had to take a minute. Like I played through it the first time, and there were some people that maybe tuned in halfway through and didn't understand what was going on, and it was like really kind of crazy. Everything was going nuts at that one time. Everybody's emotions were high, and we all had to sit down and wait for like maybe a good 5 minutes. I'd turn the game off and talk, and then go back into it again and play through and see if maybe there were so many things that I missed when I went through it the first time. Regardless of how much of an advocate I am, there are things that I don't know because I haven't experienced them. Lived experience is the best way to definitely bring about the conversation and to express and like kind of, I guess, empathize with other people. And definitely being able to do that through written communication versus as and verbal communication is a great thing. And like that, I think that something that this is funny. I think that the people that communicate better with written communication definitely are probably good authors in a lot of ways, and I think that's something that maybe we can explore more in the future. I don't know, but like that's something that I think would probably be a good avenue too, as well, to express these things to people and to start that conversation through a written text, as opposed to even videos that I make and things like that, or videos that others make.
Yeah,
man, that game sounds intense and amazing, like an empathy machine, you know, like for if somebody like is going through their lives not really experiencing maybe as much adversity or struggles with their mental health, maybe experiencing that game would be, like a really eye-opening experience. And like I think that's really the first time I've heard of a game like that. And I think it kind of like takes from the film world, like in that like some really well done films can be these empathy builders or empathy machines for these experiences you might not otherwise like see or hear about. That sounds super powerful, and I'm glad that like you are the kind of person that will stop midstream and kick back in your chair and just be like, all right, we're just gonna chat and I'm here for you. Yeah. And like it's like you got the eye contact on the chat box, and you are like really, really fun to watch in those situations, even if it is like a heavy moment. It's really cool to watch you kind of just interact with your community and like just kick back in your chair, man. Like do you do that like on every stream that you do you find, or is it just like kind of you organically decide when you think it's needed?
So no, I would say no. I don't do that on every stream. It just sometimes it just happens. And I just looked up the name of the game. It's called Fractured Minds. Is the name of the game. So
Minds. Okay.
Definitely.
Emily Mitchell.
Mitchell, a female game developer. Cool. That's cool. Nice. You both were like fast Google fingers over there.
Oh, it's on Switch. Yeah. Maybe I'll check it out.
Yeah, we'll definitely check it out. Thanks for the recommendation.
Absolutely.
Fractured Minds.
Wow.
Sounds like Dasher was very moved by that experience as well. Yeah. Man, that's so cool. I could literally chat with you all day, man. We're getting to the end of our time on the program on the Tomorrow Show for this week. Our special kickoff episode for the Stream for Hope Cup. And then we're going to be bookending the Stream for Hope Cup experience with another episode next week of the Tomorrow Show. We'll be joined by my sister and comedian Lauren Vino. But our guest, Dex Howell, today, we just want to like give you like a group wolf howl. Can we do that? Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
Oh! I love you guys.
You've dispensed with so much amazing knowledge, and you're just a wonderful human being. It's really, really awesome. Do you stream every day at 7?
Just about every day at 7. Yeah.
7
every Monday through Friday.
Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Dex Howell on Twitch. You got to get up in there. You got to sub, buy some subs for other people. Some of those tier 1 subs, pass them around. Get the hype train going. Get the emotes. You got the special, like cool wolf that you got, and then so is there a couple other in that set? It seems like you got the hype wolf. There's just like some pretty good stuff that you can get with your sub. So I encourage you all to support Dex Howell and the Stream for Hope Cup. All the streamers that are going to be involved. Just a reminder: Hope Lounge Tuesday, 7 p.m. They're going to kind of preview another individual that's going to be streaming as part of this event. There's going to be plenty to go around. So, and Guardrail will be performing some live music. Thursday, there's Raising the Visibility with Carl Evans. Once again, episode 2, season 1, with a panel discussion and a whole other small bite to kind of dig into. Carl Evans, you're the best. I love how you lay it down. And I have you to thank for connecting me to Dexter, which is just so special to me. One of these days, I'll make it down to Orlando, holler at you in real life, IRL.
Absolutely.
Is there anything else you want to add, Dex?
No, I think that genuinely, I think we've covered all the bases. Honestly, I do.
Yeah, man. I can't wait to talk to you again. I'll be tuning into some of your streams this week and goofing around in the chat, spreading some love. This is pretty cool, right? You wanna maybe play some Rocket League with me? Yeah, come on, maybe.
I can coach you.
Yeah, dude. We're gonna make a Dex road trip for sure. I love this. Well, let's definitely stay in touch, and everybody get psyched for the week ahead. May is Mental Health Awareness Month, but don't stop once it gets to June. Keep talking, keep pushing this conversation, and shout out and much love to all the Howelheim, the family that we choose. So keep taking care of one another on the days you're feeling up to it. On the days you're not, rest and be kind to yourself, and keep connecting the dots for the Hope for Us network so we can remind people there's hope for us. There's hope for us. Thank you. That's us, The Tomorrow Show. I'm Mike V.
I'm Erin D.
This is my boy AC. And be on the lookout for new music from this guy and me. We're going to do a stream war at the end of the month. It's going to be awesome. Yeah. You'll hear more about that. Thanks again, Dex.
Have a great day, guys.
Scott, thank you for running the show. Bye, everybody.